You know those stories where someone hits the absolute peak and then almost instantly it all just vanishes?
Oh, absolutely. A sudden fall from grace.
Well, today we're diving into exactly that kind of story, the dramatic saga of Bahram VI, a Sasanian king whose reign kicked off with this huge triumph.
A real roar.
Yeah, exactly. But then, in this shockingly fast turn of events, he's plunged into desperate exile. So our mission for this deep dive is to really get into the weeds of it all. Bahram's coronation, which sounded amazing, the conspiracy that just ripped the throne right out from under him, and then his flight, just desperate.
These harsh lands.
We want to understand how fortunes can flip so incredibly quickly, and maybe what it takes to, fight back when you have absolutely nothing left. And we're pulling all this from excerpts from Crown and Conspiracy, Bahram's Exile.
And what's really striking, I think, right from the start, is looking at Sasanian Persia around 590 CE. The stakes were incredibly high.
Right.
Bahram's story, it just perfectly illustrates the sheer speed. The sheer velocity at which a throne that seems totally secure can suddenly be challenged.
Yeah.
It's not just history. It's this amazing window into power, betrayal, resilience, things that honestly echo throughout time. How vulnerable power can be, even at its height.
That really sets the scene, the fragility of it all. So the source takes us right to Seitasan, the capital, 590 CE, Bahram's coronation.
Big moment.
Huge! The description is vivid, the city is buzzing, the palace halls gleaming with marble, golden pillars, crimson carpets everywhere.
You can almost picture it.
Totally. Courtiers in silk robes cheering, musicians playing daft drums, knee flutes, just this incredible atmosphere. And there's Bahram VI standing tall, golden diadem sparkling, king. And the text emphasizes he didn't hang around. Straight away, he starts these big reforms.
Look at things.
Strengthening the army, promoting justice, easing taxes. The kinds of moves that would make people genuinely adore him, and apparently they did.
So he's popular.
Very. But interestingly, the source mentions his sister Gordy standing beside him, a warrior herself, sword at her hip.
Adds another layer.
And she gives him this cryptic warning, something like, "Brother, your throne is secure, but watch the court's whispers." A little bit ominous, right?
It really is. And that warning from Gordy, that's what I find particularly compelling. Bahram's doing everything right on the surface.
Exactly. Popular reforms, loved by the people.
But it suggests that even with all that public success, a leader can still miss those quieter internal threats, the whispers his sister warned about.
Like popularity isn't a shield against court politics.
Precisely. Good governance doesn't make you immune to that hidden web as intrigue.
So even with the cheers and the warnings, the real threat was already forming in the shadows.
Enter Khosrow Parviz.
Right, the son of Hormuz, the previous ruler. The narrative says Khosrow had fled to Byzantium, and there he strikes this major alliance with Emperor Maurice.
Not just a friendly chat, I assume.
No, this was serious. Sealed with gold, solemn vows. The works. A proper pact. And from exile, Khosrow starts sending these letters back into Persia, smuggled in secretly.
Oh.
Yeah, promising revenge. The source quotes him saying something chilling. "I will reclaim my father's throne with Byzantine steel."
Wow. He's not mincing words.
Not at all. And you feel the tension rise in Sisyphon. Bahram gets a secret letter, a warning about the plot. His face hardens, the source says. He crumples the parchment.
What does he say?
Declares pretty grimly, "Treason breeds in exile." He knows what's coming.
And this whole dynamic, it just perfectly illustrates the strategic importance of getting external allies in these internal power fights.
Right. Khosrow needed Byzantium.
Exactly. He was, a disaffected royal, but he managed to leverage foreign support, turned a domestic issue into an international one.
And Emperor Maurice saw his chance too, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. An opportunity to destabilize Persia. Any rival empire would jump at that. It shows how internal weakness can become a tool for your enemies.
And it became dangerous very, very quickly. Khosrow comes back, leading a Byzantine army, marching on Persia, the source says, like a storm.
So war is inevitable.
Absolutely. The battle kicks off near Ctesiphon, and the description is brutal. Swords clashing, arrows flying, horses thundering, just pure chaos and bloodshed.
Sounds terrifying.
Definitely. But Bahram, true to form, is right in the thick of it. On his war horse, leading a counterattack, shouting, "For Persia, for honor!"
A real leader.
And initially it works. He actually pushes Khosrow's forces back. The source calls it tactical brilliance.
So he had the upper hand. For a moment.
For a moment. But then betrayal, the turning point, some of his own commanders, men fighting for him just moments before.
They switch sides, mid-battle.
Mid-battle, they defect. Just like that, the whole dynamic shifts instantly.
That's devastating.
In the middle of all this, Bahram's brother, Bistam, gets wounded badly. Blood on the ground, gasping out, "Fight on, brother!"
Which just adds to the tragedy.
The tide turns completely. Bahram is forced to retreat. Panic grips Ctesiphon. Courtiers are fleeing as Khosrow's banners get closer.
The end of his reign, just like that.
It seems like it. But even then, armor-dented, spirit seemingly unbroken, Bahram vows, "This is not the end. I will rise from the ashes."
Defiant to the last.
The scene ends with him galloping off into the night, flames from burning villages lighting his path. Powerful image.
It's incredible, isn't it, how fast military strength can just evaporate when loyalty crumbles.
It really makes you think.
Bahram was clearly a capable commander, tactically skilled. But the second his own people turned on him, none of that mattered as much.
They all fell apart.
It really forces you to question what command is truly about. Is it just skill, or is it fundamentally about those bonds of loyalty? Especially with external forces involved. The sheer speed of the collapse after the betrayal. That's the real lesson, I think.
That is a stark question. How much does loyalty count for? And for Bahram, the answer seems to be everything.
It cost him his throne.
So, Bahram, with his sister Gordy and the wounded Bistam, starts this desperate flight, heading for Turkestan.
Across harsh terrain.
Yeah, deserts, howling winds, shifting sands described like treacherous waves. Imagine the physical hardship, let alone the emotional weight. Losing everything.
Unimaginable.
But even in exile, Bahram is thinking strategically. He gets to the steppes of Turkestan and starts making alliances with Turkic tribes.
How does he manage that?
He offers them his military expertise. His skills are still valuable, even without a crown.
Resourceful.
Very. And the source gives us the scene by a campfire. Gordy is bandaging Bistam's wounds, urging Bahram on. "We'll rebuild our army. Khosrow's betrayal will be his downfall."
She's still fighting too.
Absolutely. And Bahram himself, staring into the fire, eyes fierce, starts plotting, proclaiming, "The throne is mine by right."
He's not giving up.
Not a chance. The deep dive leaves us with this really haunting image. Bahram in a Turkic tent, maps laid out, planning his return while a storm rages outside. Kind of mirrors his own life, right?
It's a perfect image. And what's so fascinating there is his resilience, his adaptability. He doesn't just, wallow in defeat.
He pivots.
Immediately. He starts using his core strengths, that military mind, to build something new from nothing in a totally foreign place. It shows how exile, even a crushing defeat, can become, well, an opportunity, a chance for a new strategy.
So quite a journey we followed. Bahram's crown forged in triumph.
Then almost melted down by conspiracy.
We've seen him rise, fall spectacularly, and then find this fierce new determination in exile. So what does this all mean for you listening to this? Maybe you're facing your own challenges, big or small, or just navigating complex situations.
We all do.
Right, and maybe this story is a reminder that even when things seem utterly dire, when betrayal hits, when the future looks like, well, shifting sands, your own skills, your own will to adapt and fight back, they can actually forge new paths, create unexpected alliances.
It's about not giving up, finding that inner strength. And the source really leaves us hanging, doesn't it? Could he actually pull it off? Reclaim Persia from exile in Turkestan? Or was that storm outside the tent? Was that his fate sealed?
It makes you wonder.
It really does. It forces you to think about the impact of betrayal, how fast politics can change, and it leaves you with that question. If you were Bahram, sitting there by the fire, maps out, storm howling, what would you do next? What's the first move?